welcomed the UN Security Council's resolution just hours after Monday's vote at the United Nations, marking the first time in almost 20 years that a force would be deployed to the troubled Caribbean nation, where gang violence has escalated dramatically with killings, kidnappings, and rape. Ruto said the Kenyan-led force will provide a different footprint in the history of international interventions in Haiti. We shall succeed in Haiti, he said. We must not fail the people of Haiti. The resolution drafted by the United States and Ecuador authorities authorizes the force to deploy for 1 year with a review after 9 months. The non-UN mission will be funded by voluntary contributions, with the U.S. pledging up to $200 million. It wanted immediately clear how big force would be. Kenya's government had earlier proposed 1,000 police officers. Ruto did not specify when they would be deployed, but Foreign Minister Alfred Mutua on Monday night said it would happen within a short time. And on Haitians. Kenya's Inspector General of Police, Japhet Kome, on Friday expressed optimism that a peacekeeping mission would be a success. Yes, we are going to Haiti. Tunisia on Monday announced it would reject an installment agreement made earlier this year to help Tunisia patrol its border, curb smuggling, and balance its federal budget. Though he called the disbursement a small amount, Said the decision was less about its size and more about how it lacks respect. The treasures of the world are not equal to a single grain of our sovereignty in the eyes of our people, Said said in a statement published on TAP, the country's official press arm. Tunisia, which accepts cooperation, does not accept anything that resembles charity or handouts. European representatives have not commented on Tunisians' rejection. The funds are one component of a broader agreement that the EU and Said brokered in Rome in July to funnel more than €1 billion to Tunisia. That agreement included a pledge of €105 million earmarked for migration. Mexico's president says 10,000 migrants a day head to the U.S. border. He blames U.S. sanctions on Cuba. Tunisia has emerged as one of this year's primary launching points for migrants, including many escaping war and poverty seeking to reach Europe. The majority of 127,000 migrants who had arrived in Italy this year landed on Lampedusa, a small island closer to North Africa than the Italian mainland. A military court sentenced a Congolese military colonel to death and convicted 3 soldiers following the deaths of more than 50 people who were protesting the UN peacekeeping mission earlier this year. Colonel Mike Makombe, former commander of the Republican Guard in the eastern city of Goma, was sentenced Monday. Congo has not enforced a death penalty in more than 20 years, effectively making it a life sentence. 3 other second-class soldiers from the same unit were sentenced to 10 years in prison. 2 other officers were not acquitted, including Colonel Donat Boali, who headed the Congolese Armed Forces Regiment in Goma at the time. Its supporters plan to demonstrate against the regional East African Community Organization and the United Nations peacekeeping mission in Congo. The UN mission has faced increased pressure to withdraw from Congo after more than 2 decades in a conflict-burdened country. Advocacy group Human Rights Watch said that before the protests could take place, armed forces fired on Wazalendo demonstrators in the streets. The European Union has pledged assistance worth €650 million to Ethiopia, nearly 3 years after it cut direct aid to the East African country over atrocities committed in a bloody civil war. Jutta Urpilainen, the EU Commissioner for International Partnerships, announced the agreement during a press conference with Ethiopian Finance Minister Ahmed Shide in the capital, Addis Ababa, on Tuesday. It is timely to gradually normalize relations and build a mutually reinforcing partnership with your country, said Urpilainen, describing the aid package as a first concrete step in this process after a ceasefire ended the war last November. The EU aid package was initially worth €1 billion and was due to be given to Ethiopia from 2021 to 2027, but it was suspended in last 2020 after fighting broke out in the northern Tigray region. The US also halted assistance and legislated for sanctions. Ahmed said the aid would help boost Ethiopia's post-war recovery and facilitate badly needed economic reforms at a critical juncture for the country. This strategic partnership is now back on track, he said. However, direct budgetary support to Ethiopia's government remains suspended and will not be restored until very clear political conditions